In 1918, a British soldier had a clear shot. His target was wounded, unarmed, helpless. All he had to do was pull the trigger. He didn't. That wounded soldier went on to launch a war that killed 70 million people. But here is what nobody talks about. That was not the only chance to stop him. There were three. 3 moments, 3 decisions. 3 times history looked the other way. October 1914. World War I had just begun. Adolf Hitler was 25 years old. Not a leader yet, not a politician. Just a corporal in the German army thrown into one of the bloodiest battles Europe had ever seen. His regiment arrived at Ypres, Belgium with 3,600 men. 4 days later, fewer than 700 were still alive. Nearly 3,000 soldiers killed in less than a week. Hitler was not one of them. He moved through that battlefield like a ghost, shells landing around him, men dying on every side. And somehow, every single bullet missed him completely. He wrote home about it, almost confused by his own survival. The first chance had passed. 3 years later, Hitler was still on the Western Front. By 1917, his fellow soldiers had noticed something strange about him. He seemed impossible to kill. He had survived engagements that wiped out entire units around him. Then a British artillery shell exploded close enough to tear fragments into his leg. The doctors who treated him said the wound was serious. A few inches closer and it would have been fatal. He recovered fully, returned to the front, survived the rest of the war without another scratch. The second chance had passed. September 28th, 1918. The village of Marcoing, France. The war was almost over. Germany was collapsing. A British soldier named Henry Tandy was having one of the most decorated days of his entire military career. He would receive the Victoria Cross before the week was out. As the fighting wound down, he saw a wounded German soldier limping across the battlefield. No weapon, no threat. Tandy raised his rifle. The German looked up. Their eyes met. Tandy lowered his weapon. He later said, "I took aim but couldn't shoot a wounded man, so I let him go." The German nodded and limped away into the smoke. That soldier was Adolf Hitler. Years later, Hitler hung a painting of Henry Tandy on the wall of his home. When British Prime Minister Chamberlain visited in 1937, Hitler pointed at Tandy in the painting and said, "That man came so near to killing me that I thought I should never see Germany again." Chamberlain telephoned Tandy personally when he returned to England. Tandy went silent on the line. Then he said, "If I had known what he would turn out to be, I would have shot him, but I just could not shoot a wounded man." The third chance had passed.